I am here. Director just got us. Yes? No? He's okay. He's fine. All right. Sweet and sour, welcome. All right, here we go. These are our letters for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, sent in by you, our viewer. That's one of you writing 3 letters. No, it's not, our viewers. Here we go. First one tonight is Daniel Andrews, he's the Premier of Victoria, must be presiding over the most anally retentive group of disconnected politicians in our history. What's going on there? We will find out. Second letter tonight. Do teenage boys have the same propensity as teenage girls to be bitchy at school? And last letter tonight, Australians used to live in quarter-acre blocks. They're now being ushered into micro homes the size of 2 car bays. That's right, I saw that the other day. How awful. Why have we accepted this? We will see. And who's to blame? We will ask the panellists very shortly here on Sweet and Sour, which is starting right now.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
How's some sugar on there, baby?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Hello everyone, welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company tonight. Who's on the panel? Let's meet him straight away. First timer. Hello, Piers Fleming. How are you, sir?
How are you?
What
It's my first time. You will be gentle.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe the rest of the panellists might be though. Piers Fleming, what a name! You're James Bond and the author all tied into one.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
And
yeah.
do you lead an intrepid lifestyle as well?
Only in my imagination, but yeah, we won't go there.
That's not
a
true.
dark place.
Margy told me you lead a fascinating
I have a
life.
great life. Yeah.
Yeah?
Middle-aged guy, couple of kids, couple of marriages.
Oh, well, that means very well qualified to sit on this panel. Good to have you here,
Oh
sir.
yeah, a lot of life experience.
And they're not kind. They'll send us in the emails to tell us if you're any good as well. So you don't have to be on your best
2 marriages,
behaviour.
I'm used to criticism. I'm
Okay.
up for it. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, my darling Margy.
Hello, Gary. How are you tonight?
Welcome back. I haven't seen you this side of the new year, have I?
Actually, no, I haven't. This is my first time back.
yeah.
So,
Nice to
hi,
have you here.
everybody. Thanks for having me back.
Have you been trekking anywhere or anything since we last caught up with you?
Well, I did the Portuguese way.
Yeah.
So, but I'm about to actually go and walk the Biberman track. So I'm going to do some walking in my own state.
Is
which
Grant
will be
going to come
great.
with you this time?
No, there's no
Grant.
show with Punch, just I. But I'm actually meeting a girl who's already there and she's already walking. So it'll be a great
Oh, you're doing
trip.
this really soon?
Yeah, I'm doing it Easter Sunday. I take
Wow.
off.
Okay,
Yeah.
good luck. You
Thank
got those
you.
nice comfortable shoes?
Are you? I'm all prepared.
How many kilometres is it?
453.1 kilometres.
No, I'll be sleeping in on that day. Thank you very much. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Gary.
How's the art world?
I'm not doing much of it at the moment.
Why not?
Because I'm at uni.
Ooh.
Yes.
What are you doing with photography then?
That's one of the units, so it's all exciting.
Are you not making those beautiful pots anymore?
No.
Oh, they were spectacular.
I've got
You
one
will
that I
get-
started. I did a pottery course down at Cottesloe, and I did throwing.
Throwing?
You throw on the wheel and you do that. Oh, my
Throwing.
love, my darling.
Hello, Joe Bailey.
Hello.
Welcome to the show,
everyone.
sir.
Thank you.
I reckon a lot of the people out there watching will know you. How often do you come to Perth to do people's hair?
Every 8 weeks.
Oh, what a gig.
I know, it's
Good
good,
for
huh?
some.
Yeah, it's
What do you do,
fabulous.
fly around Australia?
No. I work in mainly in Sydney, but I come over here every 8 weeks and I go to Hobart as well.
Fantastic.
I go to the far-flung places.
You've done some spectacular names there here.
I have.
Any standouts? Lovely characters?
Oh, the Princess of Wales.
Oh, the greatest of all.
Wow.
Kim Kardashian.
Wow. What was she like?
Gorgeous. Really gorgeous.
Well done. Welcome
Lovely
to the
girl.
show, sir. Have
Thank
you read the
you.
letters?
I haven't really, but I'm going to wing it.
He's just walked in. Here we go. Letter number 1. It's called Walking Woman and it comes to us from Con D. of Lower Templestowe in Victoria. Dear Sweet and Sour, what is wrong with the Victorian State Government? Premier Daniel Andrews must be presiding over the most anally retentive group of disconnected politicians in our history. Victoria is about to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars bowing to the whims of the pointlessly politically correct. Can you believe they're about to change the walking icon? Oh yeah, I know what that is. At the traffic signals to make them more gender inclusive. More gender inclusive. How do you do that? This means that the little green walk person and the little red don't walk person will now have a skirt and apparently some other female attributes. What do you reckon they might be? Long hair? Boobs, long... Okay. How is this anything other than total gender bias? And what a colossal waste of our money. Am I in the minority here, or do the panellists feel as I do, that this demonstrates that we are now captive by the loony left? As I said, Con D of Lower Templestowe. Alex, what's going on? They want to change the little icon, which doesn't really have any sex, does it?
I just think that is totally ridiculous. Who cares? As long as you know it's go and stop.
Well, I care. Now it's going to be an obvious female.
To me, to have a woman...
Why would you do that?
It's a waste of money. It really is a waste of money. I don't know. I think it's somebody that wants to be important that thought, I'm going to change that.
And the government's actually succumbing to this idea and doing it.
Well, because there's someone there that's pulling the strings and they're obviously an idiot.
Okay. Joe, have we succumbed to the loony left?
Absolutely. I cannot bear political correctness of any kind. And I completely concur with Alex. I think that it should be just a green spot or a green foot or a green anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Green means go and red means stop. And I think by putting a skirt on it is actually sort of reverse gender bias because women don't always wear skirts. Women wear pants as well. And I suppose the other little bits and pieces they want to put on could be tits and high heels, which is once again being gender bias. I think it's fine the way it is. And on top of it all, to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on it when we could be spending it on so much more better. Yes.
And
are we going to be spending the same amount of money to change it back in a few years' time?
No, well, actually, look, I first thought it was, like you guys, a stupid idea.
However,
if you think a little more deeply, as we do on this side of the panel, I'm setting it up now for
as we do on this side of the panel.
deep thinkers over here. Well, I look, first of all, I thought, well, I think they should have a dad one with, not like me, skinny legs and a bit of a tummy, or maybe they could have one for mum, a pregnant mum, or you could go all the way down the track to, gee, what about cowboys? They want hats, So. And you can keep going on and on. But really, I think it actually opens up a discussion about sexism, which is a great idea. So I think it's actually very cheap in the way to open up a discussion about sexism. No one's paying anything at the moment. These lights have been donated. And also they can just set it up so it's a no-cost issue where when the lights need replacing, as they all often do, just change them then. So there's no big money spent. Do that, and there has been no money spent.
They're going to do it now.
They're going to do it now. But you know what? I think it's a great idea. It's fun. Why can't it be fun? Have the skirt blow up? I don't know.
If it's fun.
It's a lot of money.
Margy,
not a lot of money.
In the remaining 30 seconds, what do you think?
Margy.
I think it's lunacy. Honestly, sometimes I just cannot believe the things that I hear, the things that I read, the things that I see. I cannot, for the life of me, understand how these people that are meant to be leading us, running our country, oh my God, I can't believe they make the choices that they make. And I look at this and just think someone got too much time on their hands.
So much time.
Really,
Apparently too much money as well.
You know what? Do the things that actually need doing. Spend the money where it needs to be spent. And to me, don't fix it if it ain't broke. It's working just fine the way it is.
I'm so lonely.
When we come back, we're going to be talking about whether boys are as bitchy as girls when they're teenagers. Don't go away. More of Sweet and Sour coming up.
Did you feel a bit outcast there, did you?
No.
Getting in touch with Sweet and Sour is easy. Just head to sweetandsour.net.au to send us a letter. And while you're there, why not check out our past episodes? Plus, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And for a behind-the-scenes look at Sweet and Sour, check us out on Instagram.
And the movie we're sending you to this week is called...
Loving.
No, it's not. It's Their Finest. And there it is up on the screen.
Tricked
There you go. Courtesy of Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. Thank you, beautiful Nat. Here we go. Letter 2 coming to us from South Australia. Hi, panellists. Do teenage boys have the same propensity as teenage girls to be bitchy? I have a 14-year-old girl now being what I call victimised by what up until a few weeks ago was her close group of friends. After the school formal, where my daughter was chosen as the belle of the ball, and I didn't even think they still did that, her friends, or rather former friends, began to completely exclude her in and from everything. She has no idea what she's done or how to correct it, and for that matter, neither do I. So I need some badly needed advice here, please. I also have an 11-year-old son, and as a single mum, how do I prepare him for this sort of treatment too, or does it simply not happen with males? It's also very traumatic for my daughter at the moment, who is really a very endearing and gentle girl according to all of her teachers and her girlfriends, or should I say former girlfriends. And it comes to us from Kelly of Kidman Park in SA. Margy.
The bumpy ride of going to school, isn't it really? Very sad at times, but I think it's a great little example for kids to realise that everything's not always smooth, and sometimes you've just got to take a blow and get back up. And I think the best thing that you can actually teach your children is it's not what happens to you, but how you actually deal with it.
How you cope with it.
That's right. So you know what? Take it, brush it off, stand up, walk away, and leave it with them.
Over again.
And that's the best thing you can teach your kids, because you're going to utilise that for the rest of your natural life.
Yeah, and it won't just happen to you at school.
No, that's right.
It might happen to you a little bit later.
Absolutely.
P.S. What's going on here? Are boys as bitchy as girls?
Are you
I don't think
boys?
so. I don't think we're that complicated. I don't think we think that deeply. Girls worry a lot more about what other girls think of them, how they look, what's going on. I think they're more competitive. I think boys are competitive in their own way, but I think boys are a lot more relaxed about it, you know, and they get over it a bit more. What she needs to do is ring up her friends, invite them over, talk to them. I think, look, I don't want to be sexist here after that last conversation about the light, but I think that I think sometimes you actually make it up in your own head. Ring your girlfriends, talk to them, see how they're feeling, say, is there a problem? And invite them over for a movie or go to a movie or do something with them. Just get over it.
Just
Move
get
on.
over it. Do
Don't
whatever.
overthink it.
Don't overthink?
No.
Teach your kids not to overthink things.
Okay, all right. Joe, what's going on here, do you reckon?
Well, I have no idea about children. I don't have them. I don't particularly like them. But, however, if I put it in an adult context, I would say that she should, yep, like Margy said, flick her hair back and push on. And they're probably jealous of her because they didn't get belle of the ball.
Yeah.
And as for the 11-year-old son, well, he hasn't even got to this yet, so Mum, leave him alone.
And it mightn't even get to it.
No, exactly. It might never happen.
Are you
So
with Pierce? Boys aren't as bitchy as girls?
Well, I can certainly give a good bitch fight.
Alex?
Oh God, you guys are old.
Why?
Well, so am I, but I go to uni now, so I'm around all
you're
these
smart.
young people, and I can tell you what, even when I was younger, I remember when I was 14 and I went to a Catholic girls' school, and we used to do dancing with the Catholic boys' school, and all the boys would be on one side and all the girls would be on the other. Anyway, I found out later my nickname from the boys, and they are really nasty. I was called Skullhead.
Because?
Because I've got dark circles under my eyes, and so from far away I look like a skeleton head. And they're like, oh, skullhead. And so, yeah, boys can be as nasty as girls, so
That's
to
two
answer your
girls.
question.
There's something else going on there, though, isn't
What
there?
do you mean, two girls?
Well, they were the boys calling you
different
Skullhead.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different conversation, rather than boys to each other and
Yeah, but she's
girls
saying,
to each
but
other.
did Tina? Yeah, but they were saying it to their boys. They weren't saying it to me.
Oh,
they never said
okay,
it to
so-
me.
okay.
They said it amongst them, and then the guy that asked me to the social told me, and I'm like, what? And so it's yeah. So boys can be pretty nasty.
And the guy who asked you to the social told you because of what?
I don't know. Oh, look,
was he
who
giving
knows? Look, this-
brownie points?
We're 14. He was very nice, and yeah, he was just. Who
I want to
knows?
do you a favour and tell you what everybody thinks about you.
That's not that
No, he
nice.
didn't say it that way. I don't know what it was, but I was just answering her question with a memory that yes, boys can be as bitchy as girls. I don't know
Okay.
about bitchy, but it's nasty.
All right. The one thing we haven't touched on, Margy did a little bit, is what advice do you give a single mother who's trying to bring up these two kids? What do you say to a single
Well,
mum?
I think, well, I don't have children as well, but I think if I had had children, I would build up their confidence and just say, just like Joe said, just who cares? Just get on, do your stuff, make new friends if they're not your real friends, because you know what? You find out who your real friends are when you need them the most, and they don't sound like they're real friends. So
I think Mum should butt out.
I think
And I
so.
don't think
Mum
she
should butt out.
Yep.
Just make new friends.
Let the
Don't
kid.
helicopter parent. They'll work it out.
And why would you teach your 11-year-old child to be worrying about something that actually isn't even a problem yet?
Yeah, it sounds
You
like
know,
the
really-
mum's a bit of a worry.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Honestly.
maybe the mum should chill out.
Well, yeah, I think
she's
so.
just
I think the
concerned,
mother's
you
just
know.
overthinking everything, and she's actually going to pass that
Well,
anxiety on to her
maybe
children.
she's
She
seen
needs
her
to
daughter
stop.
crying and she's like concerned and she doesn't want her to feel that pain, you know. I can understand
As every
that.
mother does.
You know, like it's better than having a mother that doesn't care.
Most kids
You
go
know?
through that situation. At 14,
It's
you're
good
very
to have
young,
a
you're
good-
very immature.
It's good to have
Yeah,
family
and,
backup though. You need
you get
family
over it.
strength
You
to
do.
keep you.
Family will prop you up. So just make sure. Look, for my money, I just think that all you ever need to do in these situations is teach your kids how to cope, and keep encouraging them.
And lots of love.
You know.
And resilience.
And so when they're older, and they can't lean on mum or dad, they're going to know what to be able to draw on and know how to crusade through it. When we come back, we're going to be talking about this phenomenon that's happening in right around Australia, where we're being pushed into car bay size apartments when we live in Australia with only 24 million people, and the quarter acre block is gone. Why? Who's to blame? When we come back. Don't go away. More of Sweet and Sour. What's going on there?
When life gives you lemons, make sweet and sour sauce because there's no lemons in it.
Margy, Alex.
Here we go. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. Final letter for the evening. Dear Mitch, 24 million of us live in Australia, and that's approximately over the same size landmass as 320 million Americans. I only mention that because here we used to enjoy living on properties that were usually on quarter acre blocks, and we're now being ushered into micro homes the size of 2 car bays. Australia has the most sparse population density, and yet the Americans enjoy far cheaper property prices too. Seriously, how can this happen? What is wrong with all of us for accepting this? Whose fault is it? How do we correct it so that our kids and future generations can at least afford to live in something better than a car space? Pauline of Palmyra in Western Australia, and Palmyra in WA, we don't really have a housing problem at the moment, but poor old Pauline's worried about her kids. What do you say, Piers?
It's tough. We're all worried about our kids, and it's a big conversation, especially in the eastern states where it's a lot tougher. I mean, things have slowed down here, so housing prices are down. I can't be flippant, but there's a lot of Mexicans going to be looking for work soon. They're $5 an hour, so a couple of ships. But seriously, the cost of housing is, if you want a good location, if you want to be in the city, you're going to pay to be in the city. If you want to be further out, you're going to pay a lot less. You'll still get your quarter acre block. And back in the good old days, the houses we had were very small on a quarter acre block. We didn't have granite tabletops. We didn't have like luxurious kitchens with stainless steel. We didn't have air conditioning. We didn't have all the modern cons.
We've got everything now.
No one had a
We've got
garage
everything
back in
now,
mine.
now,
We had a
now.
carport. So houses are much better. They cost a lot more, and obviously land is more expensive because there's more of us. It's supply and demand. So you make your choices.
24 million people living in approximately the same size landmass of Americans. Now, you made a point earlier when we were talking during the...
The problem with Australia is that the landmass isn't livable. Most of the livable space in Australia is just around the edges. So we only have, say, 10% of good livable land, where America has 4 times the rainfall. So they have locations everywhere, and they've got a lot more cities all over. You look at the centre of Australia. So they have satellite cities everywhere. So they have more choices, more options, prices are down. We have less
Satellite cities.
locations. So we need satellite cities.
Satellite cities, more satellite cities.
More Joondalups, more satellite cities.
More satellite cities. Margy, how tough is it?
Well, I don't think it's that tough because there's a gorgeous thing that's started up and it's minimal living. And I think that's the new way forward. And I think that especially the younger generation are really grabbing hold of that because they actually don't want to...
2 car spaces?
No, they're not wanting to invest all their money like the old days of buying a house and cars and, like you said, granite tops and everything. They actually just want a little abode that's really smart, movable walls, movable tables that turn into sofas, and, you know, these are little mini houses houses, and that's how they want to live. Lock it up,
hang
travel
on.
the world.
What you're saying is that it's our fault because that's all we're demanding. We want something small and cheap.
Well, I think there has been a shift. I think the other thing is that, you know, the urban sprawl was becoming a problem for our governments to actually provide all the infrastructure into these spaces, you know, far and wide. It's obviously much cheaper to be able to do it in a smaller space. Yeah, so I think that, you know, the idea of start of it was probably contain the people, jam as many as you can in, because we won't have to take the train as far. We won't have to, you know, put all these services far and wide. Keep it small, you know, keep the services down.
What do you like living in?
You know what, I've actually shifted as well, and actually Pierce and I were talking before, because my needs and wants have actually changed. So my children have grown up. I'm no longer wanting, you know, that big sprawling space. You know, my time's come that I've actually got a bit of freedom, and it's not as important to me.
Simplicity.
That's right, smaller, simple,
Margy,
minimal.
Can I swap where I live and live where you live?
You should
Live
see
in a
Margy's.
mansion.
You should see Margy's simplicity.
Yeah.
All right, where does Alex want to live? And what's the issue here?
I want to get a house that's a 3-bedroom house, so I can have a studio in one room and a guest room and.
Hang on, I'll write it all down. I'll see if I can make some commission on the side.
But at the moment, I've moved from a 3-bedroom house, actually 4-bedroom house in the suburbs, to a 2-bedroom townhouse that's 4 minutes from the city. So the conditions that happens when you live in a smaller environment like that, you actually hear everything going on around you. So it's not a nice way to live, because like I've got Mr. Fart Ass on one side who just farts so loud I can hear it through the wall.
You were pointing to me then.
And then on the other side, I've got a really nice guy
me.
that lives there, but he's a fly-in, fly-out, and he's got a very deep voice, and he talks on his mobile phone outside, and he smokes, and I get all the smoke in my bedroom, and I always hear his and it's really annoying. Plus, we've got a swimming pool, and you hear it's just like that constant noise, and it's nicer to have that living in a house with a garden and a backyard. So it's a real pity.
Between the two, though, isn't
It's a real pity that it's coming this way. But if you want to live in the city, like Pierce was saying, yeah, you've got to have that compromise and just go for it.
Joe, Sydney's going nuts at the moment as we're speaking.
It is. And Pauline, darling, I'm not being ushered into anything small anytime soon.
Nobody put baby in the corner.
No, exactly. I don't know who's ushering us, but I think that there's plenty of room in Australia. If you want to go and live at Ayers Rock, you'll probably be able to have hundreds of thousands of acres, if that's what you'd like. I'm quite happy in where I'm living, and I think I agree with you, Margy. I think our needs have changed. I think our wants have changed. I think the younger generation do want it simpler. They want to travel more. They don't want silver to polish and china to stack up or anything like that. They want a much cleaner existence and a much smaller space to look after.
Joe, do you like this letter to give away our pair of limited edition sunnies, courtesy of Alon Trees? Is this the best letter, or did you like another letter that we had? Panel?
I think I like the first one the best.
The first one, which is Walking Woman.
Yeah.
Oh, with the icon that they're changing.
Dead man walking.
Dead man. All right, this side of the panel, what did you like? Which letter did you like?
Actually, I like the walking one.
You like the walking one as well?
I'm going to vote for someone sort of walking on their hands. I think let's just shake it up a little bit.
What do you mean, walking on their hands?
Well,
why did I miss that?
Why? Well, they can walk any way they like. So I think, you know what? Let's do like circus folk. Actually have someone walking on their hands across. Why not?
Oh, okay.
That's getting creative.
That's
Yeah,
another
that's
$200,000 that we're going to have to spend.
Tits and dicks.
It's a lovely program, really, and depends on who's on the
What
panel.
if you...
Look, I've enjoyed everybody on this panel tonight. How about we invite everybody back for next week as well? What are you doing? Between now and then?
Pierce and I going out.
Joe, do you have to disappear to Sydney anytime soon?
No, I can come back next week.
Okay, next week. All right. Thank all of our wonderful panellists.
Thank you.
For being here, especially our two sweet and sour virgins. Terrific fellas, terrific to have you.
So gentle with us. Thank you.
So gentle, so
Warm
gentle,
hands.
so
I love
gentle.
that.
Thank our terrific crew, and thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night, everyone. We'll see you all next week. Same crew. Fantastic. All right. Do you enjoy?
Yeah.
You can clap anytime you're ready, folks. You know,
I was trying to get
from now. Thanks.
Over now.
There you go.